let's call the September 24th, 2025 statewide ACC meeting to order. There are a couple administrative things we need to talk about. We actually received 2 cases yesterday evening after 5. So we're going to, one of them is time sensitive, needs to be heard before October 8th. So we're going to need to schedule a special meeting. And I can ask you all to pull out your calendars.
May I ask why we got it so late?
This is Department of, I think it's Transportation. I'm not sure if it's administration or authority, but it's the same agency we've had problems with previously.
I think we need to talk to them and teach them a lesson about this is not appropriate.
We have mentioned that. They indicated that they've got a new staff. They're catching up. They are aware of it. And that was probably back in July. And I think this will be the last one before I start going up the ladder to make some complaints about that behavior. But with that being said, can people look at their calendars and let me know what can or can't work for them? I propose October 1st. Rodney, does that work for you? Judge Mitchell?
What time October the 1st? Does I have something else going on October the 1st?
I would think we would do it our normal time, 1 o'clock. What time works for you?
That will work if it's at 1 o'clock. That's
okay. Donna, can you do it?
I'm moving kind of slow. My system is today. Give me a second. It's booting up now.
Judge Mitchell?
It works for me, but I take the position that the lesson that must be taught is that we reject this case, that we not hear this case. It's not timely submitted to the agency, to our body. So
I haven't looked at the case.
I don't know what it is either.
But I think I'm not pleased with the tardiness of the submission, but if there's something that needs to be decided and it's critical, we should act on it. I'm sensitive what you're saying, but it's like I said, when I did go back to them previously, they talked about the unit being reorganized and they knew there was a backlog, and they did say it might take some time, but I've asked them to get beyond this and start submitting these things on time. And this should, I don't have a problem telling them this is the last one before we start going up. And I don't care if we go to the governor's office, but this is not acceptable.
Well, I take the position that you have to teach somebody how to treat you. And
I don't know how this teaches. I don't know how this really teaches them a lesson.
They'll get it right next time if they haven't rejected.
The other thing, though, Judge, to not hear the case, that deprives this member of the public who filed their complaint against this officer from getting their case adjudicated.
I hear that and I understand that.
And there's no time frame in the law for them to submit it.
Yeah. I hear you. I understand it. I know all that. And the agency that's responsible for that is the one that's supposed to investigate it and submit it. But if the majority says available, I'll be available.
Okay.
What was your time, Robert? On the
1 o'clock on the 1st.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay. Katie, if you can send out a meeting invite.
It's just the one case, right?
There's actually 2 cases that came in. One came in from the University of Maryland College Park. I haven't looked at that. I tried to start opening my computer, but it took me about a half hour to open things up. And I have not been able to look at those cases, but the 2 that came in, if we can do those on the 7th, or the 1st, I think it would be great.
Okay, I'm good for, cause I have a 3 o'clock, so I'm good. We should be able to do those in less than an hour, right?
Yes, yes.
Mm.
We've brought the meeting to order. We've talked about this business. I also sent out a proposed schedule for meetings for next year. Take a look at it. Carrie already asked us to change the date for the October meeting. So once everybody says whether or not what works or doesn't work, or if they're okay, we'll firm up the schedule for next year. With that, we'll start our meeting. I think the first thing we need to do is to disclose that who the members are attending, and that we read the files and we do not have any conflicts of interest. So this is Bob Brennan, read the files. I do not have any conflicts of interest or have any additional questions.
David Mitchell, I've read the files and I do not have any conflicts of interest.
Donna Brown, I've read the files and I do not have any conflicts of interest. Forgive me.
Rodney Burrell, I read the files and I do not have any conflicts or interest.
Great. With that, can I get a motion to go into closed session?
A motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Great. We're in closed session. Katie, do you want to read the statement?
I sure do. Let me find it here. Okay. It is proposed that the Statewide Administrative Charging Committee's open session of its 36th meeting on September 24th, 2025 be adjourned to a closed session. The session will be closed under the authority of General Provisions Article Section 3-305B, Annotated Code of Maryland. Subsection 1, to discuss the appointment and employment of an individual over whom the committee has jurisdiction, specifically to render a decision as to whether to charge police officers from Maryland State Police, Maryland Transportation Authority, Maryland Department of Health, Maryland Capitol Police, and University of Maryland, Baltimore with police misconduct. Subsection 2, to protect the privacy or reputation of an individual with respect to a matter that is not related to public business, specifically the police officers from Maryland State Police, Maryland Transportation Authority, Maryland Department of Health, Maryland Capitol Police, and the University of Maryland, Baltimore, against whom allegations of misconduct were made. And subsection 7, to consult with counsel and obtain legal advice regarding the applicability of the Police Accountability Act as applied to the officers accused of police misconduct.
Okay, we're back in the open session. So the statewide ACC for the month of September, their 24th meeting on September 24th. It's our 36th meeting. The results were we heard a total of cases of from 14 officers regarding 17 allegations. Maryland State Police, 8 officers, 10 allegations. 9 were not administratively charged. 1 was administratively charged. For Maryland Transportation Authority, we had 1 officer, 3 allegations. 3 were administratively charged. For Maryland Department of Health, we had 3 officers, 7 allegations. 7 were administratively charged. For Maryland Capitol Police, we had 1 officer, 4 allegations. The 4 allegations were returned or being returned to the department as they were ACC determined it was not in their jurisdictions and should be handled internally. And then for University of Maryland, Baltimore, we had 1 officer, 3 allegations, and there were 3 administratively charged. And that concludes our meeting for September 24th, 2025.
Just a note before we close. I hope Carrie feels better. I just wanted to say on record, I'm not sure what's going on, but I hope she feels better.
Yes.
Well, I thought she was on vacation.
We'll pass the well wishes along to her.
Yes.
Thank you very
Right.
much.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be together
Get a
again.
motion. Get a motion to adjourn.
I make a
Motion
motion
to
that we adjourn
adjourn.
the meeting.
That's a first, second, third.
Third.
We will be back together on October 1st to hear the 2 cases that came in last evening. Thank you, everybody.
Have a great one, you all.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right.